Well, hello and welcome to another edition of the Speedway Scene on City News. Well, it's been a fairly quiet time for Speedway fans around Rotorua as far as racing at SG Equipment Paradise Valley Raceway goes, but there has been plenty of action around the country, and hopefully you've been keeping up to date through our City News updates with how the Rotorua drivers and teams have been faring. But because of the downtime here in Rotorua, we thought we'd take a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at what happens in Speedway. Now, for all of history when it comes to Speedway, it's generally been a case of drive your race car on the back of a trailer, put the trailer on the back of the car or the ute and go racing. But over the last 10 to 15 years or so, there's been a bit of an evolution when it comes to the tow vehicles. They're getting fancier and fancier. Palmerston North or Taranaki racer Barry Pajewski was one of the first to build a bus here in New Zealand and open up a back door, drive a stock car on board and use that as a way to transport his racing crew, family and car around the country. Since that time in the early 90s, there's been an explosion of buses as race vehicles, and now we take a chance to have a look at some of these buses and find out more about them. We caught up with some racers in Rotorua recently, and the first was Chris Ace with his son Chad Ace, who raced out of Palmerston North.
Oh, my nephew and myself, we bought it. It belonged to Richie's down south, and we bought it and then we converted it. We cut all the back of it out and basically set it up on the back so we could put the stock car in and have beds and accommodation and kitchen and all that. So when we travelled away, we sort of had all the good stuff.
What made you decide to get a bus?
Oh, well, we've trailered before and we just find it's better to take all the family and the friends away, and it's just a lot cheaper and a lot more convenient. The bus didn't cost, I'm probably up to about 45k on what I've spent on it now.
Good value?
Oh, great value, yeah. I'm keeping it.
Another competitor who travels by bus is another racer from Palmerston North, Kevin Roberts. We caught up with Carol Goldsmith from the Kevin Roberts racing team to find out about their race truck.
Kev decided to do the bus so that when he went away it would be a lot easier to travel in. He did a lot of work himself.
What was it like before that?
Before that, just a normal trailer and vehicle, but a bus is quite good because you've got everyone together and everyone can travel together.
Well, while many, like the Aces and the Roberts, have transformed old buses into race-going vehicles, there's another driver who has taken it to another extreme level. Superstock racer Wayne Hemi, who is based out of Palmerston North, actually lives on the Gold Coast. He has a big crew here in New Zealand and a fantastic-looking transporter. We caught up with Wayne Hemi at the recent New Zealand Championships at Paradise Valley.
We've had the wagon. I kind of designed it in 2003 and they got it made in the US, and because it's made in America we had to change the whole thing around because we had to do 180 on it because of the doors, and but I ended up with the dealership with it, and hey, we love it. We kind of knew what we wanted. I didn't want to use a bus from the 1970s because we couldn't afford breakdowns and that, so we just brought the thing brand new and built it, and I think it's done 40,000 in 5 years, so I think this is good for the crew. We can all have a good time coming and going from the races. But I started driving an old Vauxhall Velox, and I had a J1 bid for a tow wagon for a lot of years. So we've done our hard times and bounced around the country in old trailers and trucks. But we work towards this, and it's like a stock car. You've got to build your way up to where you want to be, and I think having a good vehicle is just as important as having a good car. So something that we enjoy. We race Speedway because we enjoy it. We don't do it because we have to do it. And when we stop enjoying it, we'll give up. But I think it's awesome for the crew, and we just have a good time.
How many in your crew?
We have probably a crew of 5 or 6 guys that are dedicated, and generally when we want to pull out, there's 20 guys that want to come for a ride. But I'm fairly know what I want, and the crew have preference on the truck and who comes with us, and we're all happy families really, so we've been buddies for a long time, and that's kind of where we are.
So that's just 3 of the crews from around the country who do their transport by bus or truck. It's a great way to keep the crews and the family together. As they say, those who play together stay together. Keep a lookout for some of those transporters around Rotorua at big Speedway weekends. Well, speaking of big weekends, another one coming up this Friday and Saturday night at SG Equipment Paradise Valley Raceway. It's a meeting with a bit of a difference. In fact, it is the biggest single-class Speedway event to be held in New Zealand this year. It is the Tubby Norris Memorial Mini Stocks in Paradise. Now, the Mini Stocks, these are for boys and girls aged between 12 and 16. They've been around for the last decade or so in New Zealand and has become a great feeder class, with some of these youngsters going on to do really well in the senior classes of Speedway. With this Mini Stocks in Paradise event, the youngsters look at it as their unofficial New Zealand Championship and travel from all over the country to be in Rotorua this weekend. Over 150 drivers in the Mini Stock class here to compete, qualifying on Friday night and finals on Saturday night. The following weekend we're at it again with a full program. It will be trophy night at SG Equipment Paradise Valley Raceway, that event on Saturday the 19th. And before we finish up, do need to make a special announcement. The Rotorua Stock Car Club are the hosts of the 2011-2012 New Zealand Stock Car Championships. This season just gone, we've had the New Zealand Super Stocks. Next year it's New Zealand Stock Cars, and already been approved. The dates for the event will be December 27 and 28 here in Rotorua, so circle that in your calendar. Another big 2 nights of racing for the New Zealand Stock Car Championships in Rotorua. Can we get past the 200 entry mark? I think we probably will. For more details about everything Speedway, see the official website at rotoruaspeedway.co.nz. That is our Speedway scene. I'm Paul Hickey.